Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Oh, goodness, the lilacs smell delicious. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, and the moon is in Capricorn for most of the day. It does slip into Aquarius after 10 p.m. here on the East Coast of the U.S., so it is a Capricorn moon day. Capricorn moon does love practical application, does love results, can be rather ambitious, but practically ambitious. So, we do have some aspects today, but I thought I'd mention yesterday's big aspect, which was the Uranus Sun conjunction. And that happened around here on the East Coast around, I think, 3. I think it was happening at 3, something like that. But at about 2:30, 2:34, there was an announcement in the E. Jean Carroll case. And the ex-president, was found guilty of sexual abuse, not rape, I guess. Which I guess is a better for him. But yeah, so although not surprising, certainly transformational and a big shift in the energy. The first time he has been held personally accountable for really something, I think. And important turning point, I think, in the saga that we're all bearing witness to. Let me talk about what's happening today. So the moon made a trine to Uranus and to the sun, very closely. Of course, the Uranus and the sun conjoined yesterday, so they're still pretty close. And the moon sort of in Capricorn brings that. The sun Uranus can be more of a, what do I want to say? Something we're seeing out in the world. What the moon does, it sort of brings it to us, and we can apply it to our own personal experiences and our own personal understanding. The moon does, in the middle of the day, make an opposition to Mars. Mars in Cancer, the moon in Capricorn. Interestingly enough, Mars really doesn't really like being in Cancer, because it doesn't really get to move directly forward. And the moon, of course, loves being in Cancer, but Mars loves being in Capricorn. So there's almost a mutual reception there. So whatever disagreements or whatever sides of the point you're on, you will find a point where you can come together. Because even though it doesn't seem like there's a mutual understanding, there is. So there will be some of that. And the moon makes a supportive sextile to Neptune, which brings in that sort of mystical, magical energy of Neptune, the idealism of Neptune, and the imagination of Neptune. And then lastly, let's see what happens. The moon makes a square to Jupiter. So we can actually find ourselves just going a little bit too far. Then the moon moves into Aquarius late tonight. For those of you who live west of the Eastern time zones, it's happening a little earlier. Central time, it's around 9. Mountain, it's around 8. And Pacific, it's around 7. So you guys get a little bit more time with that Aquarius moon. And as soon as it moves into Aquarius, like everything that moves into a new sign, but in this case, Aquarius, it conjuncts Pluto. So there's a real sort of, what do I want to say? A coming down to the core of an issue. So a couple of other surprising things that I noticed. There was a vote and I might get this wrong, in the Texas House to raise the age of owning a semi-automatic people killing rifle from 18 to 21. Although I don't think it's actually passed. I think there's one more step that they have to do to pass it. So that was kind of surprising, but not. Again, surprising but not, right? Like, it makes total sense that they would want to do that. It's surprising that it hasn't been done yet, but this is the world we live in, guys. Although I'll say this, it's changing. The world we live in is changing right before our eyes. Now this Title 42, I think it is, thing that's happening down the border, I have concerns about that, because I feel like this is an opportunity for some of these wackadoodles down there to make a stand. And I'm glad that Biden has sent in the military, to help with what they're describing as, helping move the migrants and, paperwork and all this other stuff. But I also think they're doing it for protection for the migrants, actually, although they don't say that. That's what it feels like to me. I'm glad he's doing that. I'm glad they're finally doing something down at the border. It's been atrocious. We could blame COVID for it. We could blame Trump, I guess, for it, COVID, but our policy has been terrible for many, many presidential administrations, so we can't all blame that on Trump. But we are oh, hi there, guy. That was a Robin. Hi, Robin. I guess we can't blame that all on we just, we're a land of immigrants, and we're just so hard on immigrants, and yet we can't progress without immigrants. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll figure it out, I guess. Anyway, lots of shocking things, lots of surprising things, and lots of change. So it's hard to get. I was excited about the E. Jean Carroll thing. I thought that's what was going to happen, and then you have to wake up and face more mass murder in this country. It's beyond what it's just beyond the beyond. And the chickens are coming home to roost, guys, and we're going to have to figure out what we stand for and what we won't stand for. All right, guys, another beautiful day here in the garden. All of this stuff here has to get pulled up. It's bittersweet. It just takes over everything. We got to really clean this section out. But that's this year's not fun thing to do. Last year we redid the garden, and now we have to work around it and make it look a little nicer. But yeah, so anywho, have yourself a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. You can check out my E. Jean Carroll video. It's pretty interesting. I do talk about the astrology, and I did do it before he was found guilty, so I don't have that part. But very, very interesting stuff, and things are changing, and I'm glad that we're witnessing it together. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.